G'day everyone, welcome to another edition of Craps Down Under. Today we're going to continue building our bankroll. This time we're starting from our 7k overall bankroll, going to build to 8k using a $1,500 bankroll. So that means our profit target of 20% is going to be 300 to 30% being 450, so that's the kind of range that we want to be in. So let's get started. First I'm going to colour up, or colour down, let's say, get some greens. And what else will I do? I'll get some blacks and some reds. That's five blacks, and let me get 2 rows of reds. Keep those there. Just 1, 2, and I'll change some whites. There we go. Nothing fits in. All good. Alright, so what I might do, I might come out with the a 120 lay. So lay it on the 10, and then we'll try going up at the $42 level on the 5, 6, 8, and 35 on the 5. I need to be on. Just gonna see how we go. Now if we get a 7, we're only going to get paid 60 on this, so it's not going to cover all of our action. It's only cover basically half our action. Now total action here is 119, so we're going to only basically cover half there. So $60 risk is what we're doing. So I'll get some dice. Alright, so there we go, got some dice. And we're on, we're coming out. And we've got an 8. 8's the point. As we're working, I can take that off now. We do get paid 50 for 1. And then what we're going to do is the press. So we press, we need to pay an extra $1 to make the press work. And all this comes back, and we get the 25 there. So beautiful. So I'm just hoping to get the 2 hits. I'm going to still leave my lay up till we get those 2 hits. Unfortunately we don't get them. We've got the 7. So another short roll. In my last video I basically said, okay, I'll give this a shot. Still weren't able to really get anything. So we get that back. We lose all this. Now it's not all of our bankroll. Some of it is pressed up winnings. We owe $3 in vig. So again, I'm going to try transitioning to using the 2 don'ts and continuous come bets. Take down our lay. So that lay did win us $60 is the way you can look at it. So it has paid for itself once. It needs to pay for itself twice to actually be worth it. But we've changed strategies now, so we've got a 10 as the point, supposedly the best one to be on. But it does mean we have to lay our odds. We're always laying odds to win $30, so 10's got to be $60 odds there. And then we're going into the DC. We've got 6, so DC travels to the 6. Now we can take down our odds, or we can leave them up. It's on the outside, so I'm kind of more inclined to give it the benefit of the doubt, given we did have a quick session, but it does mean I've got $90 exposed on the 10. So it's not like it's a small bet, it's a reasonable amount on the 10 there. And there's the 7. Now this is the perfect storm. This is exactly what we want. This is where we get paid. We get paid there. We get paid on our odds, and normally at the casino they'll pay your odds first and they'll pay you flat. We'll also get paid there, and we also get paid for our DC. So if we count that up, we've won 4 30-unit bets. So $120. It's not a bad Not a bad outcome. It does help to recover all of the loss that we got playing 5, 6, 8. But if we start to get longer rolls, then we can transition back to playing the 5, 6, 8. Now, a longer roll can come on any shooter. We don't know when that's going to happen. But there's nothing to stop us transitioning between this and the 5, 6, 8 continuous come bets, or I can just go, look, I'll just start placing my 5, 6, 8 if we start getting a longer roll. So there's plenty of ways we can pivot between different strategies. All right, so we're coming out, and we've got a 6. Not ideal, but laying our odds is cheap on the 6. It's only 36 to win 30. So we'll put that there. We'll take that. Now we will need to go in the DC. And the reason why I do that is if the 7 comes, we lose this. That wins, so it's a wash, but we still end up with a $30 profit from that one. We've got a yo, so that's not ideal. Don't want to see too many of those. Got a 7. So fortunately we basically ended up dead even on that shooter. So start over. So we won 1, we lost 1. That's basically how that went. Get some new dice. Here we go. And we've got a 4. So supposedly a good one. Time will tell. Into the DC. And straight out 7 again. So that pays that. And that pays that. And back into our rack. So far not doing too bad because we're either getting a wash like we got the last time. We won 1 and we lost 1. This time we ended up a unit up. And our first hand at this, we ended up 4 units up. When I say unit's $30 with this strategy. So new shooter coming out. Got an 8, came hard. So again, odds are nice and cheap. Right, whoops. Juggling the dice. Here we go. And we've got 4, so that's a nice one to be on. DC's there. Now we can take our odds down. We could potentially put odds over here. If we think the shooter's not going to hit the 4, we need to put 60 on odds. Now we're going into the come. And we've got a 5. So that come travels to the 5. Another 1 in the come. And 6. So just to take note, if you haven't seen my previous videos, if a 7 comes, these 2 bets are covered by the 4 because we're going to win $30 on the flat and $30 on our odds. We also get a profit on there as $30, and we also get profit here of $30. So the reason playing this way is we're balancing most of our light side action with don't bets. Doesn't mean we won't get knocked off, that can always happen. And there's the 7, so again, pretty nice. Pretty nice. So that one will pay there, that one will pay there, and then these 2, what they typically do, they'll pay you like that and like that. Right, so that's all our action, all comes back. Right, let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Look, we're basically, that's our total original bankroll there. plus, we're up about 150, so yeah, 150, not too bad. Halfway to our profit target. I'll tidy that one up. New shooter coming out, and he's on the 6 again. Inside, not ideal, but doesn't really matter as long as the shooter's not hitting it. If the shooters aren't making their points, this is a great strategy. On the 8, so this is less than ideal. Probably likely for one of them are going to get hit. I'm going to take my odds back just because I don't like having that much on the two most popular numbers to hit besides the 7. So I'm just going to run it like that. Now the other option we can do is we could also leave the odds up. So get that stacked right. Leave the odds up, and we could place 30 there. So that's a wash. If the 8 comes, we make a little bit too. So I might show that. We could also, instead of doing this, go over to here and try and get a better number. But if a 7 comes, we're not in as good a situation, but it's not too bad. 5, so maybe a 5's better. So what we can do, and take that, I can again hedge out that don't there, and I can try and get another one and go on maybe a better number. So let's see how we go. So at the moment, I've basically got one don't that's going to make us some money. Now I can, to make our profit, I can put 45 in odds on the 5. So if a 7 comes, I'm still going to make money. Do that too. I'm just showing a few little variations. Of course, the worst possible thing did happen. We put our odds and we lost our flat, so it doesn't always work the way you'd like it to. And our 6 and 8 are doing just fine. So what I might do here, I might just keep the point there, take that one away, and I'll just run with what we've got. And I'm going to go into come now. I've got a 9. Alright, so I'm just going to accept that's what we've got. That's what we've got. We'll just live with it. Got a 4. So we're getting splayed all over the place, which is not ideal. Whoops. Threw that dice a bit high there, so I need to roll again. Got a 6, so we did get knocked off our don't. So this is a kind of a nasty session. This is not what we want because the shooters hit their point. So now we've got a decision. Well, we've got 2 don'ts. We don't need to put up any more don'ts. So we'll just go in the pass line here, setting a point, and we've got a 7. So not too bad. We get paid. On that one. We lose that one. We lose that one because that's basically was hedging out there. This one pays that one. So we've lost 2 units, but we've actually won some. So it's not all bad. Probably doesn't make up for what we lost in getting knocked off our don't. Certainly doesn't make up for that, because when I look at where we are in our bankroll, we're down quite a lot. Yeah, we did get, what was that? Yeah, 45, so it was basically, what was that? It was 45 plus 30, so 75, right? So it's a fair bit we lost on that particular one there. So we'll go back to pass line. So we don't want to see too many of those, and if we start seeing the shooter hitting their points, then we might think about going back to the 5, 6, 8. We still didn't see too many. We did see a couple of 5s and we did see a 6, so it is encouraging. It's kind of leaning that way now. So we'll see how we go. We've got an 8, so things might be changing. So if we were to say, oh look, this shooter's gone again to the inside. Maybe 8 is the thing we want to do. So what I would do then is just play that one at 60, this one at 30, this one at 25, and now I can just transition straight into 5, 6, 8 play. But let's just do that and see how we go. Got a 9, so we're not on the 9. We could put 5 in the field. Oh, sorry, 10 in the field. We've got a 10, so that's all right. Make 20, make 10 there, parlay it to 20. And we've got 7. So no, it didn't. Nothing changed. We didn't actually really benefit at all. We literally got nothing and only loss. So we lose all this. So bad call. Shooter didn't go long enough and just didn't really hit our numbers. So again, let's take that as another lesson and just stick with what we've been doing, which has mostly worked. Again, back on the 8, it's encouraging me that maybe we might have a good shooter here, but so far we've been burnt every time we played the 5, 6, 8, and we haven't been burnt every time playing this strategy. So it's a real simple test. Are we getting burnt or are we winning more? Most of the time we're winning. So let's stick with it. And again, 7. So not really able, it's a pretty difficult session, I've got to say. Not really able to get much traction on anything. We are certainly down because we did get knocked off a bunch of don't bets. But we're not down too far. We're probably down around $70, something like that. Oh, coming out 7s. So 7s are flying thick and fast. There's no doubt about it. So what we do here is we only basically will front up for 2 of them, and then we'll step back and maybe try and get a DC if we can't get one on the don't pass. So we've got a 10. All right, so this means we've got to put double the odd, basically $60 to win 30. Give us that extra cover. And in the DC. And then a 7. So, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to win at craps playing anything else if this is all you keep getting. Set a point PSO, 7, 7, 7s. It's just, it's even hard playing a don't because you're still getting knocked off on the come out. But we made some profit. We made $30. So we'll take it. But we're nowhere near our profit target at this point, 8. All right. Nowhere near our ultimate profit target. We were about halfway at one point, but now we've slid down. So I've got to put my DC in. And we've got a 10, so that's a good one to be on, as they say. So we could, we'll just not run with our odds for now, we'll just play the come. Got a 9. Alright, so with this, we're still going to make some profit if the 7 shows. Just let you know there. 5, so we're off over to here. So at this point, both our DCs are basically going to make this a wash, but we're still going to make something on this one. So this is the point now. If this one travels to the 4 or the 6, or knocks off our don't, then we're kind of in a situation where we've got more light side action than dark side, or action that wins on the 7, because this is not dark side, but it does win on the 7 on this roll. And then we'll need to think about what we want to do with our odds. Whoops, so that's a 5. So that's kind of what we do want to see. We want to see an off and on situation, so that just basically gets paid and that one travels, so we get paid our $30. So it's great when we get repeaters like that. 9, fantastic, another off and on. That helps to pay for some of the losses we've incurred. 4, So that's given us another travelling over here, which is not ideal. And at this point, we might want to think about putting some odds on our 10 maybe. Gives us a little bit more cover for the 7. Got the 8, so that's knocked us off our DC there. Sorry, I don't pass, I should say. So that one travels, but we lose this one. And now we've got another come out. So we've got, if we notice, we've got basically 3 units covered with our, 2 units covered with our dark side action. And we've still got 2 units exposed here. So this is kind of one of those, not nice situations, I guess. I will do that on the pass line. And I'm just going to run with this because they've hit their point. There's good chance they might hit another point too. Doesn't mean they will, but they also might get a come out 7. I'd like to profit on that. And they've done the worst possible thing they could absolutely do, which is roll the 10. And that knocks us not only our don't, but our odds. So we lose $90 there. So this shooter's hurt us dearly, and the point is 10. So now we're in a situation where we've got nothing. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let this resolve and see what happens. I'm not going to put any more don'ts up because the shooter's just pinged every single one of them. Not one of them has survived, and we've tried a number of them. We'll just leave it at that. And we'll just see if they can hit something. They could just now PSO, and we're going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bets. And the only thing we could really do is risk putting another, like a DC up, or we could do a lay bet. But I'm just going to take the risk and just roll it out and let it resolve. Aces doesn't do anything. 4, so that one resolved. Gets paid. That recovers one of our DCs. 6, so funny enough, nothing's on the 6. 9, so there's another one resolved. So we get one of our, we get another unit back, and remember we need another, I think it's another 2 units to basically recover from the DC losses that we've had. Now we are getting a bit further on. We could consider maybe doing a DC now. And there's, I picked the wrong time, didn't I? I picked the wrong roll. Yeah, so we got caught there. We got caught, we lose. So $120 down the drain. So that's telling me, okay, longer roll. Maybe we can start thinking about going back to our 5, 6, 8, because it was trouble. It was trouble for us on that roll, and we did nothing but lose money. Nothing but lose. So maybe we'll get something here. So I should say we're on. We're on. Doesn't affect us, but I did say we were going to be on. And we got a 6. Alright, so there's 35. And I'm going to press up to 42. And we're just going to try and get that second hit. We got it. We got a 6. Alright. Hit the point. Again, I'm glad we weren't playing the other one, because that would have hurt us. So I'll give that. Now what do we want to do? We can regress back down, or we can try and go for another hit. Now at some point we do need to get aggressive. We do need to do something. I might give this guy a go because he's done pretty good. So I might actually press up here. So what do I need to do? I need to put that 50, give him 51, and that'll take the bet up a little bit. So this is aggressive. No doubt about it. All this comes back, makes up, as you can clearly see, that makes up 25 that we just put there. Now we're pressed up. a new come out roll we're going to be on. Oh, we got stung again. So again, I'm calling it wrong every which way today. Just not able to, not able to win. So played aggressive when I shouldn't have. Should have been off when I should have been on. So I should have been off when I was on. Yeah. So again, nothing's changed. Short rolls. So let's go back to this one. It's a real troublesome session, this one. I finally got one of those that win. It's really hard to make money on this session, just because the rolls have been so short, and we've still had shooters still not just hitting their points, but hitting our DCs, or it's just been a hard roll. All right, so that goes in the DC. We need to add our odds. Just not roll a 4. We've got an 8. 6, 2, 8. That travels. Now we're going to DC. So you can see that we've gone for $100 here, and we're kind of going through our greens and our second row of reds. So it hasn't gone well. It's been pretty ordinary. Of course, we don't want that. Just knocked us off our DC. So we lose that one. This one travels. So I'm going to leave my lay there. Again, the shooters. Sorry, I just need to do an off and on. Just pay it. Put it there. So this is maybe the roll, and they've hit our other D, don't. So I'm getting, it's damned if I do, damned if I don't. I literally can't fathom this session. It's just literally hurting me every which way I turn. And I've tried multiple things. Just nothing's working. And sometimes you get sessions like that where nothing's working. So I'm going to look at where we're at. I'm going to take just a very quick stock take here. I can't pull these down, they're locked in bets, but we've got 900 there. That's 1,000, 1,150, and I've got about 75 there. So we're down a few $100. And quite a few $100. I'm not happy with how this is going. And I'm finding a little bit perplexing in how to actually tackle it, because everything I've tried is just not working. So again, I've got another come out to go through here. Now if 7 comes, I'm going to lose $75. So I could do something like this, lay up here, right? But that's exactly the number I want to get. I actually want to get the 10. So this is the kind of the thinking process. Yes, I could lay it, but I actually want this stone to go there or here. So if I put my lay there and the best thing happens, it's actually the worst thing that happens. So using the lay is not a real answer, but it can help sometimes. And I've got the 8, so they've whacked the 8 again, and this is kind of scary because the shooter that keeps hitting points, it's not what we want. So that gets paid. But we do have our don't up. I'm just going to probably just lay some odds on that. And just live with that one. And just start going into the come. Got the 9. So this looks like it could have been the roll that we should have been playing the 5, 6, 8 on. That one's an off and on situation, so at least we win. And at least we don't pick up any more exposure. And that's the most important thing. And repeaters are great. 9 again. Off and on. 12. Giveth and taketh. I don't want too many of those. And there's our 7. So this one pays that one, this one pays that one, and we pick up one there. We get a little bit back, but our rack is not looking that healthy. We are still down quite a way. Alright, so do we want to try the 5, 6, 8 again? Or do we want to stick with this one? Still not encouraged on the 5, 6, 8. It's burnt us twice, where this one hasn't burnt us so badly, so I'll stick with it. Got an 8. I might change my opinion. We keep hitting the 8s and the insides, and I've noticed that we've hit the 9 and the 6 and the 8s. They've actually been pretty solid, been hitting. Let's put our odds up. 36. Going to the DC. Got the 9. Hopefully it's not a repeat. We don't get a repeat. All right. So now I can take my odds off there. I can that one back. 45 in odds on the 9. And here we go. We've got the 8. I'm glad I took my odds off the 8. The shooters hit their point, we lose. So I'm not going to put another one at risk. I'm just going to live with what I got. This also travels. We've got a 10. The 10's a new point, not ideal. Certainly not ideal. Anyway, keep rolling. Got the 9, and of course the one where I don't bet. So yeah, we're getting punished every way we turn. Nothing's working for us. Nothing is working. So this is probably one of the hands we should have been on the 5, 6, 8 or the 6, 8, 9. So what I might do, I'll let one of our bets resolve. I might put something in the field, 10 in the field, just as speculation. Got a 10. So we do win that one. And we do win here. I'm just going to parlay that guy. Take these back. And I'll go there. So I'm just going to be working. Actually, I won't work that one. I'll just leave that. So we've got those ones working. This one's going to be on. These are always on. You can't turn them off. Got a 5. 5's the new point. We lose that one. I'm not going to go back in the field. Just going to see if I can get a hit here. Got the 6. So I'm transitioning back to the other strategy now. So what do I want to do? Do I want to press? Do I want to collect? I'm probably going to transition down just because of where we're at. I'm just going to put the 2 on there, two units or $12. These ones I'm waiting to resolve. I can't do anything about those. Got the 9, fantastic. That one gets paid. All right. So again, I can put 10 on the 5 if I want. Got the yo. We're not in the field. Got the 5. And we get paid 15 for 1. That's the point. So it will be off on the come out. We're off by default, but I'll just show it. We're off. Got the 6. Should have been on. Again, can't pick it this session. Seems like everything I've done hasn't worked. Got the 10. So we're not on the field. Maybe I'll risk 10 in the field. I've got an 8. That's our last come bet. That loses, of course. But this one gets paid. And just transition to that. I might even take my 5 down. Just run these two. 4. Alright. So I'll put 5 in the field. Going to run basically, there's a low roller iron cross. Well, not even an iron cross because we're not really picking up the 5. We're just letting that one run free. And there's our 7. So that was all for nothing. And I think it was the 5 was the point, but anyway, it's all over now. So let's see where we're at. Look, we're down at least, yeah, it's about 150 bucks I think we're down, maybe a little bit more. So let's try put 120 lay on the 10. And pray we don't hit it. Alright, coming out. Got an 8. But 120 is the same exposure as what we have here. We have 119. So it kind of works because it's half the probability of the 7. That's a long-term kind of consideration. What happens in a session, anything can happen. But it's basically the same dollar exposure. And that's kind of all I'm doing. I'm not trying to cover this completely. I'm just basically saying, well, there's 120 at risk to the 7. If I put 120 at risk here, if this gets hit, it's the same risk as I would have lost on the 7, but just half the probability. So for 7 rolls, I've kind of cut down my losses a little bit. That's how it works. I'm going to pull that off now, take it down. Just going to roll it for the 1. I think it's kind of about right. So we'll use those things sparingly. 8's the point. Now I am going to just regress down to the 2. Just going to regress to 2 and try and lock up some profit there. We don't need that. Got the 9, so we're not on the 9 maybe we can move to the 9. I got the 9 again, that's great. So it's 15, we don't have any 1s, so I'll have to pay it out exactly. Alright, might press these ones. Press the inside too. Got the 5, we're not on the 5. Sorry, got the 6 I mean. The light was catching that wrong. So 6, so that's great, we get 21. Alright, we can pick up that rack sum. Fortunately, our hopes and dreams just got thrown out the door. So that's all gone, but we did lock up some profit. So my question is, do we want to try going a bit higher? Maybe I'll try the higher level. Because we're not going to get their nickel and dime in it, that's for sure. Our profit target's 300 bucks, and we're nowhere near even recovering our bankroll, let alone making profit. Get that some change. 5 back in our rack. 120 lay, doesn't cover all of it, but covers some of it. We'll be on. Got a 4, doesn't help us. 4's the point. Got a 6. All right, so we got a hit. That pays 50 for 1. And I'm going to give him the extra $1 and press this up. I've seen this plenty of times now. Question is, can we get our 2 hits? I'm going to take my lay down. Maybe I'll leave my lay up. Still want to protect some of my bankroll. Nah, should have taken it down. That's what happens. 120 down the drain. Alright, as I said, with lays you have to use them sparingly. They bite you just as much as they help. And in fact, I'll probably say most of my videos, overall the lays have probably hit more than they've actually, I think I've been burnt more times on the lays than they've actually saved me. So now we're running with no cover, and we just got blasted. So look, I'm having a terrible session here, and I'm going to just call it quits because nothing is working. And sometimes you have to recognise that this has been going on for a long time. This video's gone too long. We've had a loss, so I'm just going to accept it. Accept our loss. And don't have to go through the whole thing. Sure, things might change around, and then again, they may not. Right, so we've got like 50, 60, 67. Got 67 there that we can't really do any more colouring up on. 67. So, colour that one up. This all goes back to the house. So, we've gone through $500. 500 bucks. Not quite 500, but we've got $1,067 of our 1,500. I've had enough. I've had a gut full of it, and when I get that feeling, that's time to go. When I'm trying to play and I can't get anywhere, like what I've done today, I've just continually gone nowhere. And you have to recognise this, and this is why I'm showing this. When this type of stuff happens, and you do this, that doesn't work. You do that, that doesn't work. You get a little bit of success, but then you're still going backwards. And that's kind of what happened today. It didn't matter what we tried, what we played. We had a treacherous set of rolls that really was so difficult to make any money on. So you just have to go, well, that's the game. Recognise that those situations happen. I'll take the loss on the chin. That's it. I'm not going to throw the rest of this in frustration, because I am frustrated at the moment. I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to say there's a loss. Bad start to this particular session, but this is the reality of the game. You're going to have this happen, and we've been playing for a long time. Now, if this was at a real table, this is actually a lot longer than this video. It's a huge amount of time at the table to have gone through all of the, you know, the losses and just going around and around, getting nowhere. You know, literally just getting chipped away, another loss here, another loss there, a couple of little wins, cut another big loss there, and that's kind of what's just been over and over. You know, don'ts just getting knocked off left, right and centre. You know, our lays getting knocked off, you know, our light side action then getting knocked off. It's like nothing worked, nothing went really our way. So I'll just take that as a signal, get the hell out of there, take your money, come back, play another day. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play another day. So appreciate you watching and watching me get destroyed at the table. It's always humbling when it happens, but hey, I've built all this from what, $100. I've built the whole lot, and we're up to a $7,000 bankroll. So $7,000 bankroll, and we built this from $100. So I'm not going to complain. But the only reason we got there is by being disciplined in how we play. So part of discipline is walking away when it's not working. So thank you for watching, and see you on the next video, and hopefully we get a better result.